Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for day number 2 of the LA Sevens. This one taking place between South Africa and the Argentinians. This is going to be a women's matchup. Now, the men's match between these two sides actually ended off day 1. Of course, now started day 2. We get to see them play off. Looking through at the lineups, of course, some very experienced players for the South Africans and some extremely clinical ones too. Nadine Roos, definitely one to watch out for throughout this contest. Malinga is in there. Masuku, Felicia Jacobs has got experience for this Blitzboks women's side too, or Springboks women's side, I should say. But this will actually be our first game that we've ever covered of this Argentinian women's side. They were able to get themselves a win over Ireland in the group stage. Same can be said about the South African team, but both did lose to China. So this is a very important second place that is on the line here. But Argentina kicking this one off. It is happening on pitch 2 as well, I will mention. Pitch 1 starting at around 6 a.m. New Zealand time with a couple big matches too. But straight away, Argentina will get their own line out after a bit of a mishandling of the ball from South Africa. Will be the line out opportunity here. Do let me know, of course, who you think will win this game. I actually think it will be quite even between these two sides just because of the fact that in both of their games up against China, a bit of a similar losing margin and also beating the Irish by a relatively similar margin as well. But at the moment, Argentina are running backwards. I'm not too sure that's the best tactic to be using up against South Africa. Slowly getting forced. They've gone from 22 metres out from the South African line to back into their own half in one carry of the ball. That was quite a unique experience, I'm sure, for this Pumas side. But that is going to be dropped forward now by Gonzalez. And it means that South Africa have now got themselves possession. Nadine Roos will play half-back. She'll be one to, of course, keep an eye on. Big, aggressive fend coming in from Malinga. Currently still, they do have this ball on the halfway line. That is going to be the penalty going the way of South Africa. Nadine Roos sits her down after the whistle. Has to be very careful doing that. You can get yourself in a little bit of trouble. South Africa for the win, says Lilia B. And come on the Blitzboks, says LFG. And goes South Africa, says Bo Kang. And there as well. But Nadine Roos will kick this one into touch. It's gone over the fence as well. Someone's going to have to go get that ball. Of course, taking place on field 2, so no stadium on the far side. Instead, looks like it is just a green bank and then a baseball stadium in the background, or at least a baseball area. Now, ready to throw this one in for the South Africans. Nicely taken by Mpupa. Now, Nadine Roos, attack and run, loops around the back of her teammate. And off to the right-hand side. This could be a great chance. Missed tackle. Oh, no, she gets her in the end. Now back across to the left. Bit of pressure coming. Rush defence from Argentina. And a drop ball for the South Africans. It is knocked on. We'll go back now for the scrum. South Africa ladies are good for Argentina. Let's go South Africa. Says Goyo there. And of course, there are positions in Division 2 on the line here. Whoever the top side are at the end of the round, which I believe is already China, they have automatically qualified for Division 2, but for these teams, of course, those higher ranked sides who get themselves the big wins near the end of the comp, they will be in Division 2 also, and I feel like at the moment with how these two sides have been playing, they wouldn't look out of place at all in Division 2 for the women's circuit, but it is going to be Brigido. Does now feed the ball in. Can you please go through the South African lineup again, says Lilia B. So in the starting lineup for this match, they have got Mpupa, who is also, I believe, the captain for this side. Number Felicia Jacobs, I should say. Tarishimba. And across to the right-hand side. South Africa currently on attack, so we will squeeze it in between. Zandele Masuku. Also Malinga. And then Nadine Roos, the last lady in the starting side. But good attack and run here from Masuku, one of the taller ladies in the Springboks Sevens side. Bounce past to Nadine Roos. They will go back for another penalty against Argentina. Just a few too many frequent infringements coming from Argentina here. And it looks like they will once again go for that quick tap option in this scenario. Now, quick tap taken. 20 metres out from the line, going off to this right-hand side where Roos was waiting for him. Malinga cuts back inwards. And another good tackle. Looked like she knocked the ball on too. Yes, she did. And Jacobs was just about to fire it off to the left, but we've just seen a few too many handling errors from these two sides throughout the early matches, or early match minutes. I feel like both teams, there'll be a lot of nerves, because at the end of the day, this is an important game. Whoever wins this one, they will finish second. Now, there was a bit of a slip there in the breakdown from Ruiz, and I think that was from Argentina being in a bit of a rough position. But by then, the knock-on had already taken place. 8 carries so far coming from the South Africans. Ball about to be fed in again for, I believe it is, Maria Chamorro. Now, knock-on again from Argentina. So South Africa able to take this ball back. Jacobs will fire it away to the left-hand side, and South Africa are in for their first try of the contest. And it is Ayanda Malinga who does manage to score her second try of the LA Sevens try. Says LFG. Yeah, very nicely done. Just sneaks through. And an Argentinian faceplant after the try was scored as well from Roddick. Didn't quite get there. And hi, says Albert. Welcome in. Hope you are doing extremely well. First of many matches that we have got coming up on the channel, including the semi-finals for the women's matches. There's going to be Canada versus Australia, as well as USA versus New Zealand. And then on the men's side, South Africa taking on New Zealand. What will be a big match alongside Argentina versus Spain. It's going to be kicked off long by Nadine Ruiz. The conversion was good as well, I should mention. So 7-0 in favour of the Springboks Womens Sevens. Penalty going against, I want to say it was Number who wasn't able to roll away there. But Argentina now moving forward nicely. Ricardo joins the breakdown, but it is going to be another penalty. This time actually going against the try scorer Malinga, but not rolling away. Argentina firing this one off to the left-hand side. They have got numbers, but the skip pass and then another little knock on, although I don't think the ref said it is. So it is going to be play on, and another opportunity here for Argentina to try and break the line as they move towards the 22. Now Maria Chamorro going off to this left-hand side offload there, and once again she does get possession. Chance for Escalante. Go across to the right-hand side. Diaz does lose it, but another penalty does go the way of Argentina. Quick tap taken, and they've got full momentum now. Good tackle made by Nadine Ruiz to drag them down 10 metres out from the line. Back short side. Chance out wide, and Escalante is just short. That's playing the ball on the ground from South Africa. That's actually really bad, and that should be a yellow card. It was a very cynical infringement. Did not get back to her feet. Was on the ground after making the tackle and went, oh, they're about to use it. I'll just grab that ball. We won't let that one go. And thanks for the commentary, says Albert. No worries at all. And we have got, like I said, plenty more coming up. But it is Masuku who will spend the next 2 minutes in the sin bin. Only 20 seconds remaining of this first half. Has been absolutely flying by. But Escalante, try and go for the offload in there. Off the feet. Trying to slap that one back. Now scrum feed for Argentina. Just out from the South African line. Chamorro. Let's go off to the left-hand side here. Nice back line. Looking like Gonzalez waiting for it on the outside. She receives it and she will score it too. Sofia Gonzalez celebrates that one. And Argentina, after that yellow card of South Africa, are back into this contest. Her first try on the Sevens circuit, or at least for this year. She has scored 2 in her career, though. I wonder when that other try was that she was able to score, but a big smile on her face when she crosses the try line. And now heading into the halftime break, we will be all square 7 points apiece. It's going to take a big performance in the second half for one of these two sides to book themselves a spot as second place in the overall standings. For the South African bench, they have still got Alicia Willemse to make her way on, Lee Fortune. A couple other players keep an eye out for, but I believe that Argentina actually have 5 subs for this match rather than the 4 that is due to a lack of injuries that they have sustained from their other matches. Should be still some pretty decent options, but try for Gonzalez and also the try for Ayanda Malinga. Visit to the opposition 22, 1 apiece for these two sides. And so far we've seen 3 missed tackles from Argentina. South Africa have made 7 from 7. Which has been thoroughly impressive defensively. 3 errors apiece for the both sides and 4 penalties against South Africa compared to the 2 penalties against Argentina. So I feel like if South Africa can cut down on the penalties they're giving away, and then also in terms of Argentina, what they need to do better is just hang on to that ball a little bit more. That was the first time we got to see them put multiple phases together, and they did manage to score it. I think that has to be the tactic moving forward. I will mention the next games that we are covering on the channel. Of course, we have got this one here between South Africa and Argentina. Then after that, there is about a 40-minute break. And then the next game will be Fiji versus Great Britain. That is a 6:05 a.m. kickoff for us here in New Zealand. And that is the 7th place playoff match. After that, we've got Kenya versus USA, followed by Portugal versus Samoa. And then about a 25-30-minute break. And then we're back in for the finals or the semi-finals of both men's and women's, starting off with the women's match, Australia versus Canada. Then, of course, all the other games are yet to be confirmed, but we look forward to finding out who is going to be taking on who in the playoff finals. And we have got there the Argentinian flag from Damian Gonzalez. Yeah, scoring late in the half, exactly what Argentina needed, and they have still got one woman advantage for the next about minute and a half of this contest. And Vamos Argentina, says Luis, going to be kicked off by Nadine Rus in South Africa to get us back underway. Nicely taken, but well chased. I believe that they've already decided to make a change of Fortune, who has made her way onto the field at half-time, but still Masuku will be off the field for another about minute or so. Argentina going into the wide channels. Nice tackle made on Talia Rodic. Oh, big double tackle there. Argentina currently find themselves sitting about 40 metres out from their line, looking to shift this one on the outside, and that is going to be beautifully done. Open space here to be able to run forward, and this does look like the chance for Argentina. Taladrio will score the try, and that is a massive one, or Taladred, I should say. Her name is also Maria, just like two of the other ladies in the starting side. But they managed to get the space out wide, and that yellow card has become quite costly for South Africa, conceding 2 tries during that period. Just a really good run down the wing. Good solid strides forward, and South Africa not quite able to catch her. Now, nice easy kick out in front of the post. Does go over, making the score now 14 points to 7 in favour of this Argentine side. And the yellow has expired, which does mean that South Africa will now be back to 7-on-7. And with that comes another change. Lampracta, I should say, has made her way onto the field. Right, Argentina, they have 10 seconds to kick this one, and they are happy enough just using up a few extra seconds of this contest. Bit of game management coming from Los Pumas. Now, good tackle being made just outside of the 22. South Africa will have possession now, and a good attack and run forward from, drop ball from Mpupa. And it is going to be going back now for the scrum, and there is frustration. Sounded like someone really just screamed. And someone's got a sore cheek too, by the looks of it. Bit of a sore face for Moreno. See 4 handling errors now from South Africa, and just slips through the fingertips. Certainly been a few handling problems for both sides, but I feel like whoever hangs on to it better for the final moments of this game. We've still got 5 minutes left, which of course can feel like an eternity in a game of sevens. I do just wonder whether or not, in this case, Argentina, if they score now, they might feel confident enough, say that they should win it. That's a beautiful run from Gonzalez. She's already got one, but a last-ditch tackle made by Malinga. Now stolen in the breakdown, but the penalty does go the way of Argentina again, who will have themselves a quick tack option from about maybe 15 metres out from the Springboks Sevens line. But it looks like Gonzalez may be injured. I believe just in that dragging down for the tackle, she ended up just getting slightly pulled backwards. Just as that tackle's made, I think she might have hurt her knee, I want to say it was, or maybe just just a bit hard on the hip and the elbow, I believe it was. No passion, says Damian Gonzalez. Or no Passan, I should say. And there from Damian. 5 penalties in a row going against the South African side. Oh, I think I've just worked it out. Is it that they're not showing it on Disney+? Rugby Pass TV have got the second field as an available view. Field number 1, they will be picking up the coverage from about 45 minutes time. But yeah, this one's happening on field number 2, so that's why it's quite hard to find. It is on Sky Sport for us here in New Zealand, though. 4 minutes remaining. Argentina have got themselves the ball again, going off to Gonzalez, who looks like she has fully recovered from getting tackled before. She is tackled by Nadine Rus this time. Breaking off the side. Good driving tackle. Coming off the bench from Fortune. Back across to the left-hand side. Little kick attempted here from Argentina. Bit of a different tactic, but well handled at the back by Sharemba. 5 metres out from their own line. Argentina have now given up the possession, but South Africa deep inside of their own area, and that will become a 5-metre scrum. Great pressure being applied by Argentina, who are just trying to pretty much drive South Africa into their own area. They just seem to be running out of space at the moment out there on the field. They can't get out of their half soon, South Africa. They will be a little bit trouble. Looked like a couple more changes are about to be made. They are leaving Gonzalez on, though, which I do feel is a good chance that she'll be able to get the double in this contest. Now scrum about to take place. Gonzalez, second receiver in this scenario. I believe Diaz is the first. No, in fact, it would be Rodic, I think, or Rodic, I should say. Now going back across here to the right-hand side, finds Gonzalez, puts in the fend, and manages to find the offload, but it goes straight into the hands of Nadine Rus, and now a run down the wing. Great pace shown by Sharemba, and this might be the try that South Africa need. Yes, it is. One mistake from Argentina leads to a full field try from Sharemba. That lady in the crowd's dressed as a hot dog, and she is absolutely loving that try. Kia ora, Hamish, says Kip. And there, welcome in. Hello, Hamish, you're looking smooth, says Rupin. We've got plenty more Sevens action coming up today, ladies and gents, including the women's semi-finals that are happening in about an hour and a half's time. But before then, of course, we have still got all of the other matches. But a great run from Sharemba. I think Nadine Rus, her face summarises that try just a little bit. Of course, she is the one taking the kick. She's missed it away to the side, but she was pointing, saying run towards the post. And in the end, Sharemba puts it down, and you can see Ruas's face in the background go, meaning it's going to be a more difficult kick, and she has missed it. So it could be a crucial moment there. A bit of a handling error there from Argentina, who are now deep inside of their own 22. Let's go, South Africa, says Lydia Bear. What a try, says LFG. Yeah, ironically for South Africa, when they had the ball in hand and trying to get an attack going, that was when they actually looked less likely to score than a counter-attack. But Argentina will have to be aware of that now. Have to try and avoid it, but the penalty does go the way of Argentina. 1 minute 20 remaining on the clock. One more try, come on, South Africa, and looks like good match, ding-dong battle. Yeah, I knew that these two sides would be very evenly matched, mainly because, like I said, both of them beat Ireland, both of them lost to China, but actually pretty similar score lines, which meant that when these two sides play, like, it honestly could be the 2 points missed by South Africa that separates them. Right, the time has been turned off due to a sub being made here, but just the 60 seconds will be left on the clock at the time that this match does finish. Chance here to feed the ball in for Brigido again. Williams are watching on. She is another lady who made her way off the bench. It's available for Argentina to use. They will go away to the left-hand side. They go for a kick again. That is the second time that we've seen them attempt a kick, but this time the foot race is going to be won by South Africa. But the handling error, couple drop balls in a row. That's a very scrappy one. It's played on the ground. And a penalty for offside goes against Argentina. Nadine Rus decides to take it quickly. Argentina having to retreat back the 10 metres, getting into the breakdown. Unable to get the steal. I believe last chance of this game will go to South Africa. Sharemba, she's already scored one. Going off now on the inside to number. Oh, that was close to the steal for Argentina though, but they don't quite get it. Sharemba going back across to Fortune. Risky pass. Finds Willemse, the two subs linking up for the South Africans here. Counter ruck again, attempted by Argentina, not quite getting there. That is an offside penalty. Oh, now, this could be a 3-point attempt, but I believe Nadine Rus, she is going to take the quick tap, running it up to the 22. Seems to never run out of steam. Here comes the run on the inside from Mpufa. Now, going short side, Nadine, that's offside by a mile there for Moreno. I don't know whether or not she knew that she was not allowed to tackle her on that side. They're going back for the penalty. See, that for me was almost cynical enough to be a yellow card there. I think Nadine Ruiz was saying the same thing. She's saying that's the second time that they've done that now, but quick tap will be taken by South Africa. Looks like Nadine Ruiz going away to the left-hand side through the middle, 5 metres out from the line. No clear release there. Ball pops out the side, and it's picked up now by the South Africans still. Nadine Ruiz. This game has been quite the back and forth one. Nice handling from Sharimba, who will look to go through, puts in the fend, and she is tackled again. At the moment, Argentina trying to go for the counter ruck. Nadine Ruiz goes short side, pops it up for Fortune. She's tackled high, but scores the try anyway. And South Africa get the win in the closing moments of the contest. What a game that we have just seen as the opening contest of the day. Just like the match that took place last night between South Africa and Argentina. Both sides having some brilliant moments, but Fortune off the bench just gets over. South African women, they have come a long way. They never used to win anything. This is brilliant, says Daryl there. And how are you watching this? It is on Sky Sport 9 for us here in New Zealand. Rugby Pass TV, I believe at times are showing the second field too. But yeah, because it's on the second field, it means that the main coverage sadly doesn't actually show it, which I think is a massive shame, as that was a fantastic game of rugby between the two teams. But South Africa managing to win at 17 points to 14. They will finish second in the group now. Next game, says Albert. Next game for ourselves will be kicking off at 6:05 a.m. New Zealand time, and that is between Great Britain and Fiji. Argentina had a good game. Exactly right. Like, nothing to be ashamed of here for Argentina. They were right in the contest, and I hope that they are in Division 2 next year, because I want to see this matchup take place multiple more times in the future. We got about the Disney Plus. Yeah, so I think Disney Plus is just showing Pitch 1, if I'm correct. So because of that, it means that sadly Pitch 2's matches are unavailable. But on the World Rugby Sevens website, they have got what's happening in terms of who's playing on what pitch, etc. It's a shame that watching these matches has become almost impossible. I agree. And it seems like it's going to get worse with the new divisions that they're adding in. So, I'm not a big fan of the fact that now they've got 3 different ranks. I think it should just be back to the 16 teams. And it was always much easier to be able to find, be able to follow. But yeah, it seems like you have to go through all of these twists and turns just to be able to watch the Sevens now. Thanks so much, Hamish. Almost riveting to listen to your commentary, says Daryl. And we are going to be back with plenty more. Like I said, next game, Fiji versus Great Britain. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. About 45 minutes till that next live stream starts. And I will see you all for the next one.